Thank you for tuning in to RONYTV podcast, local news and international news. Let's begin. Conservative influencer Charlie Kirk, a leading figure in the pro-Trump youth movement in the United States, was shot dead during a public meeting in Utah. FBI Director Kash Patel announced the suspect is custody. The authorities have identified the suspect as Tyler Robinson. We continue. Donald Trump has revoked the protection of former Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, as well as the children of Joe Biden and former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. U.S. President Donald Trump has also revoked the Secret Service protection granted to Kamala Harris, the country's former vice president. More news. The credit bureau TransUnion has become the latest victim of a major Salesforce-related cyber attack, with over 4.4 million Americans affected. The breach linked to the extortion allegedly to Shiny Hunters Group. 9 former heads of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) in the United States spoke out against the health policies of Secretary of Health Robert F. Kennedy Jr. They openly criticize the restriction of vaccines, the dismissal of thousands of health professionals, and the withdrawal of funding for medical research. We continue. There's a heated campaign around Proposition 50, a redistricting reform measure. It's being pushed by top Democrats, Newsom, Padilla, Pelosi, Obama, as a defense of democracy and a response to previous redistricting fights. Republicans argue that Proposition 50 is a politician power grab rather than a public-oriented reform. The city of Anaheim is considering asking voters to approve a gate tax at Disneyland to help deal with the approximately $60 million budget shortfall. The idea is to charge an entry or admission fee gate tax for visitors or businesses to help fund city services, parks. More news. In a recent special election for Irvine's District 5, Betty Martinez Franco was elected, becoming the first Latina on the Irvine City Council. The run was prompted by the vacancy created when Larry Agron became mayor. We continue. The International Monetary Fund says that after a period of resilience, the U.S. economy is showing signs of stress. Demand is moderating, job growth is slowing, and inflation concerns persist, especially due to tariffs. Higher consumer costs, especially for imported goods, electronics, textiles, autos, etc., are increasingly visible on price tags. More news. A devastating magnitude 6 earthquake struck eastern Afghanistan near Jalalabad, killing over 800 people and injuring at least 2,800. Rescue efforts are hampered by the mountainous terrain, rough weather, and limited aid access. The Taliban government has urgently requested international assistance to support the affected regions. The African business world is preparing for the 4th edition of Unstoppable Africa. The event by the Global Africa Business Initiative, GABI, will take place on the 21st to the 22nd of September on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York. The initiative exists to change how the world views Africa and does business with Africa. More news. Jair Bolsonaro, the former president of Brazil, has been convicted of attempting a coup to maintain power after his loss in the 2022 elections. He was found guilty by 4 out of 5 judges and sentenced to 27 years and 3 months in prison. This verdict marks him as the first Brazilian leader to be convicted of attempting to overturn an election. More news. Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather have agreed to an exhibition fight scheduled for spring 2026. The specific date and location for the potential bout have not yet been announced. Ken Dryden, the Hall of Fame goaltender who helped the Montreal Canadiens win 6 Stanley Cup titles in the 1970s, has died after a fight with cancer. He was 78. That's it for today. Stay tuned on Padnet TV. Dondon 604 editorial will follow.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
Thank you, people, to tune in to RONYTV podcast. I'm your host, Don604. Like the usual, we're gonna have a wonderful show. We're gonna have a wonderful show. Thank you to tune in. For those of you who's tuning with your smartphone or watching me on your TV, who's watching me, with a friend. Thank you. And don't forget, let me scuffle some people. Hey, if you don't like my sauce, we don't like my sauce, please get your own sauce, tomato sauce, or I love the mushroom sauce, Yeah, we're going to have a wonderful show. It's a recap. It's a recap of the news and what's also trigger you and what's also you're trying to understand, Yes. We're going to have a wonderful show. So we're going to take a quick break. And don't forget, people, if you want to be a broadcaster like me, if you want to be legit, if you want to be involved in camera work, TV production, the real deal, the real McCoy, I suggest you to go to Padnet. They're all Padnet TV. Without them, I could never be on the air. You could never hear my crispy voice, my accent, my mellow accent, you know what I'm saying? So they're located in 1617 West Victoria Street in Long Beach. Come on. Hey, let me go ahead and give you the telephone number right now. 562-216-4640. Padnet, the UB. You want to be involved? Stop saying, tomorrow I'm going to call, tomorrow I'm going to do it. I might thinking go there, that guy, that black dude, I might thinking, no, do it now. Come on, man. If you want to be involved, at least get a resolution for 2026. That's being said, we're going to go to take a quick break and we'll come back. I'm your host, Don604. Stay tuned to Padnet TV. Thank you again, people, to tune in to RONYTV podcast. Let's go right to the news. First of all, we got to say my condolences to Charlie Kirk. He was not deserved to die like that, you know what I'm saying? For those of you who don't know, Charlie Kirk is a conservative activist. So basically, he was shot speaking at an event in Utah Valley University. That's so sad, We're going to put a one moment of silence for him. Yeah, it's so sad, people. It's so sad. So most likely, I don't know what's happened to America. I don't know. I'm searching on after that event. There's other other people saying, "Hey, we're gonna be at war. You guys gonna get it now. You want to start like that? We're gonna be at war now." That's what it is now. So what do we know about that? The shooter, the alleged fire from a rooftop, around 200 yards away. So the security at the event was the university police and Mr. Kirk private security. So most likely people said it was like easy to access. They didn't check no bag or no metal detector. So, I don't know what kind of budget, but we have to get a budget too. It's so sad that guy dies. That guy not supposed to die like that. Even if it's, activists from the right, so we have to understand we people, we still on the when the West was colonized, we're still in that temperament. It's so sad. So most likely, security, like when you have high-profile public, political event. So especially with polarized figure like Mr. Kirk, that can attract violence. I mean, not even violence, mental health people. Mental health, people have problems. So these organizer needs to assess, that threats and advance, the layout, the rooftop. Don't forget the big man, they're trying to kill him too. They're trying to assassinate democracy when they shot at the big man, you know what I'm saying? So we got to learn from that. So we got to learn. We got to prepare for political violence. And we have to prepare for political polarization and ideological radicalization. So it seems like they're on rise. They're on rising, I don't know. Somebody told me on Facebook, like I was scrolling, and boom, boom. The algorithm pushed me a message. Said, "Hey, you guys, you're gonna get it. We're gonna be at war." I said, "Wow, what's going on now?" I shut down. He scared me. I had to shut down my computer. I said, "Damn, they following me?" So, come on, we have to stop that. We have to stop. And they're saying there's a danger also, instant media and social media. There's a big danger. So they're, how to balance transparency, awareness with respect for other people and to avoid amplification of violence. So when I see that post, they told me, "We're going to be at war. You can do what you guys did. We're going to get..." I said, "Damn, I don't even own a gun." Then we're going to talk about that, the gun, you know what I'm saying? Because the big men need to do something with the gun violence. And meanwhile, they had another shooting too. It's so sad. They had another shooting. So, it's good also, the community, and the other end, the community was fast to counterattack, fast to give tips. So the public, was vital, they saying. And the FBI is always sharp, already know what to do. They experiment, you know what I'm saying? They open a line, and they receive 1,000 tips. So they're saying they collect the physical evidence, and they got a guy. Allegedly, it's Mr. Tyler Robinson. That's why I don't know if he had a accomplice, if he had, prepared that. They're going to dig all of his stuff, all his, footprint, digital footprint. They're going to go ahead and for that, you know what I'm saying? It's really sad that guy died like that, just wanted to make America great, wanted to follow, his ideology. He just died like that. That's being said, I wanted to also saying, wow. So did when I don't know if I don't want to act stupid. They shot community leader. They shot a lot of community leader. I'm not trying to say that white dude was a peacemaker. So, but they shot Martin Luther King. They shot, Malcolm X. I'm sure for the white people, there is their idol. So, in what scale and how you gonna decorticate? How you gonna tell that guy, it was not pushing hate, it was not pushing, because on social media they are saying, yeah, that guy was pushing that. He was pushing that. He wanted to blah blah blah. He wanted to blah blah blah. I don't know if he was thinking when he talked like that. But for those of you also who wants to be activists, who's got the wings, who's got, trying to say, hey, I'm going to say anything what people likes, anything I could be elected, anything to make me popular. So you got to be careful. Even the KKK don't go, abrupt like that and talk shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Even the KKK don't do that. But that's being said, we're going to take a quick break and come back and I give you a lot of thoughts. Don't get confused, sir, or Mrs. Don't get confused, because that guy did not deserve to die. Because we're in America, we have ideology. Does he was pushing 8? I don't think so. But sometimes they're telling you stuff and you get offended. It's his agenda. So he's going to receive apparently some honorific, some medals. We're going to go back and take a quick break, and we come back after these messages. Stay tuned to RONYTV Podcast. I'm your host, Don 604. Stay on Padnet TV now. Yeah, thank you again to tune in to RONYTV Podcast on Padnet TV. So, yeah, we were talking about, for those of you who just tuned in to, to the channel, I'm on Spectrum Network, Spectrum 32, and Frontier 41. Please be there. And if you want to be involved, I already gave you that. If you want to be involved, you have to go call Padnet the Hub. They're located in 117 West Victoria Street in Long Beach. You know what I'm saying? So Google that. And it will be a wonderful knowledge you're going to learn. They have a production facility, the all shebang, video, editing, camera. You could even take your camera out if you want to have a movie to shoot. They got a network of people who wants to help you also, So you're not going to go there just to, be yourself and you don't know what to do. They're going to help you, say, shout out to Sergio, shout out to Kyle, shout out to Mike. They all, wonderful back-end staff, say they dedicate their life to production. They also professional in the field also. Let's go back to our story. Let's go back to our podcast. Like I said, Charlie Kirk, the activist, they shot him while he was speaking at Utah Valley University. In Utah, I thought Utah was like Mormon and like peaceful church people, you know what I'm saying? I guess all the church people have a gun, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's not funny, but, so, but I know you guys have to, change the law. Regarding preventing gun purchase, I know they mentioned Senator Cory Booker and Dan Coleman. So they're trying to draft a bill to close the gap. So they have they have to do the background systems check. They want to stop people who are under pretrial release, subject to court. They don't want them to buy firearms or receiving guns, So that's also funding, 20 million for state to improve reporting such court order into the National Instant Criminal Background Check System, NICS. So they also they have the End Gun Violence Act of 2025, HR 2650. So they introduced that in the House in April 2025. So they're saying the idea is to make it illegal to sell or dispose firearms or ammunition to anyone convicted of violence, misdemeanor, among other provision. So yeah, to do a parenthesis, I'm selling at the swap meet, Golden West swap meet, and and I was reading, even when you sell taser. When you sell taser, the people cannot be in California. If you're selling taser, you gotta ask that person, hey, are you convicted? If you don't want to sell it, you gotta show the person the paper or give the information. Said, hey, this is the serial number of the taser. If there anything happen, you're gonna be subject to, the repercussion of the law, the full extent of the law. You're gonna be judged by the law. Because if I'm selling taser for convict criminal people, I'd be involved too. I'd be deported. That you know what I'm saying? So even the taser law too. It's. So they say California is very active, pushing and passing multiple law intended to tighten the gun control. So they said there's one, the Portantino strengthening concealed carry, CCW. They have more objective and criteria for who can get strengthening and concealed carry. They want training, they want storage, they want safety requirement. So also the sensitive places are off limit for carrying. They said the minimum age is set to at 21. What age was Mr. Tyler? Maybe put the age 25 instead of 21. At 25, even 25, you have urge, like if somebody hurt you, you want to kill him. So at 30 years old, you're starting to realize, hey, that's my fault. Let me cool off a little bit. Let me get out of the town a little bit. But at 21, you feel that testosterone, a lot of testosterone, and you want to be fight, you know what I'm saying? So they also have another, they're saying the gun trafficking and dealer oversight. So they want to keep a greater record keeping by gun dealer. They want to scrutinize more the dealer who are connected to firearms use and crime. And dealer who failed to allow the inspection violation, inaccurate hours may face license revocation. So they say also they signing some laws. They said they want to, AB 28, 11% excise tax on firearm ammunition and precursor parts to fund gun violence, prevention, school safety, etc. This is really sad. We got to work harder. I know Mr. Senator Cory Booker, Dan Goldman, he's doing a wonderful, by the way, we got to applaud him. He's doing a fight because I gave up on Democratic Party. I gave up on them because these guys were too, how could I say that? They were too comfy in the comfort zone. But that guy is still, he's got that pep, he's got that really devotion to say, hey, we got to wake up. He rallied the troops. So I don't know, he should become the next president, but this guy have tenacity. Even in hell, he's got tenacity. That's what I want to say, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not the person who going to tell you, hey, go do for that, go advocate for him, go vote for him, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the person who's like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm only recoup the news, because your news is my news, it's on RONYTV podcast. Let me take a quick break and come back after these messages. Thank you, people, to tune in to RONYTV podcast on the Padnet TV, on Padnet, the hub. I'm fortunate to have my show right there. We're in the 20th podcast right now. You say it's not a lot, but there's people who have, I guess, 200 podcasts. But don't forget me, I got footprint. I had it 20 years, 20 trying to do stuff, change, go back, come back, go back, come back. So before the break, we're talking about gun violence. I'm not trying to glorify what happened, but I'm just trying to give you a pause, like the gun situation. And let's talk about that Tyler Robinson. So do we know he's 22 years old? He's from Utah. They say he grew up in Washington County, Utah, near a technical college. In high school, he showed strong academic performance. And they said he graduated from Pine View High School in 2021. It's not too long ago. Damn. Oh, shit. So they say he briefly attended Utah State University for one semester in 2021. So they say he's currently in the third year of electrical apprenticeship program at Dixie Technical College. So they say he didn't vote, he's a nonpartisan, and he's inactive. He didn't vote in recent election. So his behavior, they say he doesn't have a known criminal record. Family members said that in a recent year he had become more political engaged. So now your family, he's going to become a public member. You guys have a kid till he's born, till he's died. You got to check on him. You know, when you come to a new city, a new neighborhood, you got to check. When your kids come to your house, you got to check on him. He's got to give you a check. Hey, how you doing? What you did? Oh, you don't want to talk today? Okay. Tomorrow when you be okay, you're going to tell me what you did. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like they don't care. Oh, he's 18, he's 21 years old, 22 years old. Now he's a big man. We don't want to talk to him. You know, he did his dishes. He's in his room, and when we clean. You got to check on your kids. You know what I'm saying? Even though he doesn't have a criminal record, but you got to know what's in his mind. So they say also they don't have digital evidence, you know, but they said they found reference retrieving a rifle, dropping it off, and other suspicious planning behavior. So why you buying rifle? You gotta ask your kid that, man. White people, you're different, you know. Just because you came from Europe and then you said, oh, you know, we got that country or not, we got that country. The only thing we got to carry is those blackies. Kids are good. We got anything for him. You still have to check on your kids because what I know, I'm going to be political again. We have more white people, you know, who doing mass shooting. You know, more white people are savage, you know. So that's being said, you just have to check on your kids. Regardless if he's nice, you got to check on your kids, you know. So please, you know, I don't understand you white people, you know what I'm saying? But when another person, an immigrant, come in your neighborhood, you know, oh, he's sagging, this man is sagging, you know, and I'm not trying to point the finger. Something is wrong in America. You guys better to find that because the global is shifting. You know, it's shifting. People don't really care about America anymore because a lot of bullshit happening there. But I'm sure there's still decent people. You know, too much propaganda for nothing. So we done, man, we're the best. But all the best, they're from immigrant status. They're all from the immigrant people, you know what I'm saying? We almost done, people. We almost done. You know, I'm vamping. Shout out to the family. My condolences to Mr. Kirk family. He did not deserve to die like that. Yeah, some people say, he was pushing that. He was pushing that rhetoric. Regardless, he was pushing that rhetoric. We're in 2025. He's not supposed to die like that. He's got kids. He's got family. Unless, I don't know, he was with the KKK. People know something. The FBI know. If the FBI don't follow him, that's mean he's got a freedom of speech. You know, hey people, be blessed. Focus on your family, and please check on them. Check on them. You know what I'm saying? Check on them. Don't even look at the immigrant. You check on them too, but please make sure your family is okay. Make sure they don't have mental issues. Even if they have mental issues, you got to work with them. You know what I'm saying? And your views, please. Change your views. Change your views, please. Because you guys sleeping. You guys sleeping. Oh, there's no racist. Oh, you got to get DEI, blah, blah, blah. Change your views, please. Change your views. We all human. There's black monkey. There's white monkey. You know that now. You know that. Okay? So be blessed. And I love you guys. Thank you to tune in to RONYTV podcast. I'm out.